Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome freaking back. As you guys can hear, I'm still ill. So that's really awesome. But regardless, I'm filming a week in my life. I'm hoping that this is going to be a fun video, regardless of me being ill. I'm hoping I can get out and go to the library this week. I'm hoping to get some just like things done this week, so I'm hoping it's gonna be a fun week to film one of these videos. But if not, I mean, I'm gonna try to make it as interesting as possible. But without further ado, let's have a week in my life. So it is currently 4:11 on Sunday. Focus, thank you. It's 4:11, it's Sunday. I know I'm starting this video late, and that's okay because today has been a relaxed day, a try to get better day. So that's kind of where I've been this morning and this early evening. But I did want to come in here and say that I am still reading Variation by Rebecca Yarros. I'm currently on chapter 23, page 270. I'm genuinely so loving this book, so I'm going to continue reading this. And yeah, like I said, not even 4:30. I'm hoping that I can get a few books read this week. We'll also kind of get to see how many books I can get read in a week. We'll also do kind of like 2 videos in one. Did you see the lighting change? The lighting changed. But we'll try to do like a 2 video in one. We'll see how many books I can read in a week and also do a week in my life. So I'm gonna stop yapping so that I can heal this throat and head downstairs to the couch and read some more Variation. Hello everyone, it is Monday. It is 8:11. I just got Sean sent out the door. We're both having kind of a slow morning. Not intentionally, just because that's just the way that the day is gonna go today, I expect. So he is on his way to work right now. I am still getting over whatever the hell this is. I don't have any idea. I have absolutely zero. So at some point today, I'm going to run to the pharmacy and pick up some more over-the-counter medicine to see like what's gonna help me get rid of this the quickest. But yeah, that's the plan for right now. I read a little bit of Variation yesterday. I ended up getting to chapter 25. I'm really loving Hudson and I'm loving Allie, but I'm loving Hudson in particular because he's able, let me drop this. But I'm loving Hudson in particular because he's able to bring fun into Allie's life. And let me tell you, coming from someone who was in the dance scene for 21 years of my life, 21. I danced for 21 years before I retired. Okay? Coming from someone who has been in the theater, why is this doing that? But coming from someone who's been in the theater, coming from someone who has danced, it is hard to set aside some time for yourself. It's hard to want to go have fun doing something because you could potentially get injured, and that could be it for the season. And that's just that's a definite downside to being in the theater, being a dancer, being an actor, being just involved in anything like that, because if you injure yourself, you're done. You're done. So I'm really loving Hudson because he's able to bring fun into Allie's life, even though she's like convinced that her mother is watching every move and telling her that she's just a lazy dancer. So that's where I am in this book. I really am loving this. I'm loving the writing. Obviously, it's Rebecca Yarros. But I'm going to stop yapping. I'm going to try not to talk too much today because my throat is on fire, so I'm gonna try to take it quiet today, but we'll see how well that works. Because if you guys have been here long enough, you know I'm a yapper. I am waiting on my neighbor to come over, and then we are going to CVS so we can get some medicine because I didn't get her sick, but she is also just gonna come with me anyway, because I don't like doing things alone. So she's gonna come with me. But yeah, I'm about to go to CVS to get some medicine, and hopefully this will be like the end of this effing cold. Hello everyone, it is Tuesday, it is 1:34. I just got back from taking Sean to class. I'm actually crashing out today. I'm at the end of this sickness, but I can't stop coughing, so I'm really pissed off at that. I'm crashing out at this house because it's not big enough. I woke up on the very, very, very much so wrong side of the bed today. Just had a bad day. I'm not having a good day. We're all allowed to have some of those. We are allowed to have bad days. So I try to be as honest as possible on the internet. I think the internet is a lie. I think people always just put the good moments and not the bad moments. Well, here's a bad moment. I'm pissed off. I'm having a horrible day. Like, I feel like I'm just so miserable right now. But anyway, now that I'm back home, I'm going to get a little bit of housework done as much as I can right now while still feeling like absolute dog shit. But until I feel like doing that, I'm honestly going to open up Variation and read. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. It is 8:43. I have been up since 7:20 like usual. I have been having such a slow morning because I am getting over this cold. I think I'm on my light is flickering. Does it flicker when it's all the way up? I don't think so. Anyway, oh my gosh, this video has already gotten way off rails. I am still getting over this. I think I'm on like the last stretch of it. My ears are still stuffy though, so I've just been having a slow morning. My nose is still running. But I do want to say that I have, well, number one, give me an F because I have been doing a horrible job at updating you guys on this book. But I am currently on chapter 37, page 421 out of 450. So I have literally 30 pages left in this book. And I am just way, way, way too excited to do anything other than read this book. I wanted to read it last night before I went to bed. I wanted to finish it so desperately, but I had to take a Theraflu nighttime, which contains the sleepy meds and cough suppressant. So I needed to go to bed. I couldn't stay up any longer, but I am definitely going to finish this now. What I do have to say, and a little update that I will give you that I don't think is any spoilers, but this book has been so devastatingly relatable. Number one, our main character's name is Allie, okay? A lot of my friends call me Allie. Most of them call me Liz, or Sis, or Sissa, but I do get the occasional Allie. So I have been, number one, kind of relating to the character, not only because I feel like I'm being called out, but also because of what she goes through as a dancer. I had a really, really, really bad injury that had me pretty down bad. I re-injured this knee all the time. All the time. So in college, I re-injured it and I couldn't dance for a while. I was in an immobilizer brace. I was really hurt, and it still hurts me to this day, but I relate to Allie in the way that she literally refuses to stop pushing herself, even though she knows that she should probably take a break. Does that make sense? Spanish variation. I loved this book. This book was fantastic. I mean, how could I have expected anything less from Rebecca Yarros? I honestly don't know. But this book was so good. This book ended so beautifully as well. The way that it all wrapped around and all came together so seamlessly at the end was gorgeous. I loved this book so much. I'm gonna be thinking about this one for quite some time, I think. That was fantastic. Okay, I have just done the dreaded thing of choosing my next book. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a palette cleanse with Looking for Alaska. I feel like I've been reading, or it's been taking me like quite some time to read some of my books, so I kind of want to do a palette cleanse and then try to figure out what book I want to read next. But right now I'm kind of having a issue on what I should read next, so palette cleanse it is. Hello. I'm sorry if I'm washed out this light you guys saw earlier. I have to like turn it all the way up right now because it's flickering. Also, if I look greasy under my nose, I have ointment on because my nose is literally scabbed to hell and back right now. But I have literally read pretty much nothing today. I ended up cleaning the bedroom because I'm feeling so much better. So I was actually able to do the things that I wanted to do last week, like unpack. Like I literally still had clothes in the suitcase. So it got really bad and today is just so much better. So I really needed to get my room clean. So now that that is done, I am going to open back up Looking for Alaska. I am currently on page 16. I cannot remember what actually goes on in this book. Hello everyone. It is Thursday. It is so snowy outside. If I can remember, I'll get some clips for you, but since I live so close to a Great Lake, I get crazy snow up here. And it's been snowing since yesterday. There's like 4 to 6 inches of snow on the ground right now, and it's still snowing. And we are at a level 1 snow emergency, so that means that the university was closed today. So one of Sean's classes got moved online so that they could still have some educational time while having to not make it up at a later date. So I'm trying to be as quiet as possible because his class does start in like 5 minutes. So I am going to give you guys an update before that. Like I said, it's Thursday. I am currently on page 44 of Looking for Alaska. I really don't remember anything from this book. Like, I'm coming to realize it now. I genuinely do not remember anything from this book. I am loving Alaska. I feel like Alaska is everyone's intrusive thoughts personified, if that makes sense. Like, she is just an intrusive thought. She's just an intrusive thought. But that's my update for you. I am going to continue reading this while Sean's in class, and I will update you all as I go. forgot to show you guys the snow yesterday, but this is what is left from it. Good morning. It is 9 a.m. And I'm about to make some blueberry muffins. Says the yield is 6 muffins, so I'm gonna put 6 muffin things in here. So. It smells delicious in there. This smells so good. Exactly 6 muffins. Oh, these smell so good. I genuinely forgot literally all of this book. Did I just not read it whenever I was supposed to, or was I just too young to really grasp the severity of this book? I don't know how I could have possibly read this book and forgotten it, so I had to have just spark noted it and cheated the class. Like, there's no way that I read this and forgot it. I've had some time to think. I've had some time to just sit and be after I finished that book. And let's just go from the beginning. So this week we did end up reading and finishing 2 books. We started with Variation by Rebecca Yarros. We rated this book a 5-star. This book was fan-freaking-tastic. I felt validated, I felt seen, I felt heard, and I felt a weird kind of connection with our main female character. Not that like my experience in dance was as let's say as horrible as hers. I did have a wonderful dance teacher and I continued having great dance teachers. I feel very lucky that I did not grow up with dance teachers like this. But I really loved everything about this story. Rebecca Yarros has such a fantastic way of writing really dynamic female characters. Like, these girls are down to the bone, difficult to understand, and I love that about her female characters. I love that they're not just like that understood. I love that you have to actually dive into this person to find out who they are, because it makes the characters feel so much more relatable. Because let me tell you, I've known some people for 3 years and I've known some people for 1 year. You know what I mean? You will continue learning things about people. You don't just like inherently know everything about this new person. So I love having to dive into characters to really fully understand and grasp them, because that's what you have to do in real life anyway. So I just always feel so attached to Rebecca's characters because they just feel relatable and they feel like real people. And like, you can't invalidate something like that, if that makes sense. Rebecca just does a good job. Rebecca just does a good job. Okay, if you haven't read any Rebecca Yarros, I highly recommend it. But then we, like you guys know, just finished Looking for Alaska by John Green. We are obviously rating this book a 5 stars. Hi, if you guys know me, I love banned books. I always rate them 5 stars. This book is difficult, okay? It's a hard one. And the reason I say it's hard is because what we as readers have to go through and what our characters have to go through, okay? This is one of those moments where you guys know, if I'm giving you guys banned book recommendations, my younger audience, I'm usually screaming at you to have an adult or a trusted someone older than you next to you while you read these books, because they are really heavy. They're heavy, they're hefty. There's just so much that goes on in a banned book, and that's usually why they're banned. And this one is rough, okay? This one deals with grief, this one deals with death, this one deals with so much. So much goes on in this one, not only just like learning how to be a young adult, but also going through grief as a young adult and trying to grasp what is going on even as an adult is difficult. And that's why I do have the edition with discussion questions in the back, because I think they're very necessary for books like this. But I'm not going to dive too much into that because you guys have heard me say it many times. These were the 2 books that we read in this video. This has been such a good week. I feel like as much as I've been sick, I finally just like had a chance to sit down and binge some books that I've been putting off, and I'm glad I picked these ones. I really am glad I picked these ones. But we rated Variation by Rebecca Yarros a 5 star, and we rated Looking for Alaska by John Green a 5 star. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment downstairs. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.